3.
What's up, bitches?
What's up, YouTube? We are Tuesday Talk Reviews.
I'm Alex.
I'm Colin.
And today we're going to be reviewing Sinister.
Now let's start off this review by saying, what the hell was up with the main villain's name? Mr. Boogie? Come on, Boogie down.
Mr. Boogie. It's serious.
I mean, that's a fucking ridiculous ass name that really turned off the movie for us. We saw it with a group of buddies and we were laughing non-stop about this. I mean, it really lessens the intimidation of the villain.
Yeah, you might as well have just called him Pretty Pink Princess.
I mean, I get it, to play on words of boogeyman, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, what did you guys think about that? Did you have the same effect on you?
Yeah, it did. And it really did lessen the impact of the movie, like you said. But some things that I thought it did well. Well, first of all, Ethan Hawke put in a really good performance in it.
He really did.
Yeah, and the visuals were really creepy. It provided...
And for people, excuse me, for people who don't know who Ethan Hawke was, he played the main character, the writer.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, the Ethan Hawke was great. The atmospherics in the movie were great. It made for some really creepy visuals that I thought were done really well.
Yeah, and I really liked the design of Mr. Boogie. And he kind of looked like a zombie Michael Jackson.
I'm a zombie!
Alright, moving on. Some things that were just outright lame in the movie were the plot. I really did like the plot, but down the road, I mean, it was pretty predictable what was going to happen. You knew Mr. Boogie was Mr. Boogie.
See, we can't even say the name without cracking up laughing. But
anyways, you knew he was behind the murders, the disappearances. You knew the family was going to die at the end. But what really just still kept us, at least us, going through the movie was we wanted to see how it was going to happen. So, with the kind of concept of Mr. Boogie, I mean, they did something kind of new for somewhat. He wasn't a demon. They had him a pagan god, and I've looked a little bit into the pagan religion, and, correct me if I'm wrong, but their gods have never really been kind of outright, like, evil or, have chaos, affliction, or, I don't know. Like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, but it still felt, kind of a half-ass thing. I mean, it was just another step near a demon. I mean...
Yeah, it just felt like every other horror movie that Hollywood's been putting out lately.
And like we said, we really did like the design of him. He was very creepy and disturbing, and he had a few good scares in the movie. One thing about him, they really needed to explain more about him. I mean, this guy started off on another part of the world, and somehow he came to the U.S., and it never explained what the point of him killing the families was. I mean, he got the children. I mean, what was the point in killing the families? And how did he even get to the U.S.? I mean, it was really cool and creative how they have them live through images, like cave drawings, photograph, video, whatever you think of.
Maybe the murders were part of some sort of pagan ritual that...
Yeah, that could be. I just would have liked a little more explanation about him, but maybe if they make a second one. Sinister 2. Who knows?
Yeah, but how are they going to bring everybody back from the first movie?
They get new family. I don't know. Something like that.
Okay.
Well, this movie came out... Didn't it come recently out on DVD?
It came out last year.
On DVD or?
In the theaters.
Oh, okay. Well, on DVD it came out a few weeks ago. We got it. Like I said, we saw it with a couple of buddies. as kind of a group thing, I want to talk about what everyone else thought. One thing we mentioned countless times was the laughs,
Yeah.
but it really did have some very pop scare, really good pop scare moments.
Yeah.
It was very disturbing seeing a lot of the videos.
Yeah. Mr. Boogie, he would put footage of the killings on these old Super 8 film reels that were like really old and really grainy, and it really made you feel uncomfortable when you watched them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and towards the end of it, like all the children that were victims, they would become like possessed, and they would be seen, committing the next murder.
Yeah.
So that was also pretty creepy.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, it was really had some really disturbing moments to it. Why don't we talk a little bit about the main character? We've touched a lot about Mr. Boogie, but let's talk more about the main character. What was his name in the movie? If you recall,
I forget his name. I just resorted to calling him Ethan Hawke. But he plays an alcoholic writer who relocates his family out to the middle of nowhere as a means of writing his next big crime novel. And
yeah, he had a really good personality. He was an asshole, honestly.
yeah.
Taking the well-being of his family and placing it after the selling of his new book, or writing it, I should say.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, that was kind of an
And
asshole.
and another douchebag move of him was there was this one cop that was, trying to be his friend, and
Yeah.
on his phone he programs him as Deputy So and So. It's like, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah, it's like you never even bothered to learn the guy's name.
Yeah, he was a stuck-up cocksucker.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, another thing about him is just it was so ridiculous how he kept kind of ignoring what was going on, like your typical father in horror movies. They're completely ignorant and oblivious to what's going on.
He's just like, need to get my book done. Need to get my book done. Fuck my family.
Yeah. Well, Alex, was there any more memorable characters we can talk about, or we through?
We're pretty much done, man.
Alright, let's get to the rating. I'm going to give it a 3.5, or kind of in the area of that, maybe a 4. I mean, the movie wasn't good, and it wasn't bad. It was so-so. I mean, had some unique things in it. So, it was a little bit better than average, I suppose, but it wasn't a great movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a C. Like I said before, it had some good acting in there, and it had some creative visuals. But to be honest, the plot was kind of predictable, and Mr. Boogie, really?
Damn you, Boogie.
Like, that was the best name you could come up with for your villain? Yeah, way to drain us dry, fuckers.
Alright, so we've noticed that some people have left, very positive comments. But, guys, please subscribe if you really do like these videos and, you're interested in seeing what else we have to offer with them. Please subscribe and like our videos. It really is going to help us out.
Please subscribe, please.
Alright, this has been our review